welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Hannah Wallace, and today I'm kindly joined by Doug Gross, CEO of NGDATA. Hello, Doug. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I appreciate the opportunity to come.
And we're going to be talking a bit about pinpointing the bits that matter in a red ocean of data. But before we do, and really to sort of set the scene for us, could you tell us a bit about how you've seen the industry and the topic of data move on during your career, and in turn sort of introduce yourself for us?
It's very interesting because when you look back on your career, you see things come full circle a lot of ways. So in the early 90s, I started out with a large UK financial institution in Hong Kong, and we were doing paper-based assessments of people's financial needs. So for the high affluent segment, what would I recommend to Hannah? Would it be a pension savings? Would it be a unit trust, an investment vehicle? And again, it was paper-based. We would gather the data with you in person. And today it's come all the way to an expectation on a financial institution is I know Hannah, and I should be able to make proactive recommendations about your situation.
All right, and coming back to the idea that anything data is a red ocean, which
Yes.
is certainly true for the most part, especially in regards to perception. But what difference can you make for banks and their customers and help them see the difference and sort of feel the difference, as it were?
Again, it's interesting. I speak with a lot of C-levels in financial institutions, and none of them have an availability of data issue. It's too much data. We just spent millions of euros or dollars or pounds, pick your currency, and we're swimming in data. How do we unlock the value? And not the value for the financial institution, the value for the end customer. What financial institutions need today are three things. One is the platform or technology to connect all the data, and that's data that's internal as well as external. The second one is out-of-the-box capability. It's no good to deliver a blank slate to the financial institution. You have to give them capabilities that are already pre-built. And the third thing is domain knowledge to really help them along the journey. And also there's a whole shortage really of qualified talent. The pendulum has shifted more now from the back office IT data scientist into more the marketer needs to be empowered because the customer's empowered. The customer of the bank, they have a lot of choices.
Coming to this idea of a citizen developer, can you tell us what is that, and is it a new phenomenon? As
data has become more and more of a hot topic, the resources have become short. So citizen developer is a concept whereby the technology has inbuilt the capability that a marketer can use a user interface and ask interactive questions. They can build campaigns. They can see when they launch a campaign, the reaction from the market, and they can make adjustments without having to go back to the data scientist. So when you, as a marketing person, want to launch a new experience or customer journey, you can do that in a self-service manner without having to tap into limited resources who are focused on building other things.
Could you highlight some of the main challenges we're seeing banks face around innovation in the data space beyond the war for talent?
Well, I'll start off by stating something clearly, that banks are innovative. Despite what you might read in the paper or periodicals, we're seeing a lot of the industry leaders move from product to experience and product to recommendation. And a good example of that is when you want to switch house or you want to buy a house. The leading financial service providers are tapping into that and knowing and giving advice and recommendations on what that home purchase journey will be, which then comes back into the whole area of taking that data, analyzing it, and then making relevant recommendations which are contextual, timely, and frictionless to your particular situation.
What would be your dream project with helping banks regain confidence around customer experience, and sort of what advice would you give to banks?
Don't think about selling or providing a savings account, or if you're an insurance provider, a life insurance product, think about what the customer is going through and why they need that product, and being a partner with them in a financial service model to provide that. We, as a company, started doing a quarterly customer success meeting with our clients. And we'll sit down with them at the end of the quarter and we'll say, what worked in terms of providing recommendations, what didn't work, and how can we adjust so that you're focused more on that customer and customer experience and providing relevant recommendations to them. Everything we've been speaking about, the examples and that dream, is really an illustration of big data made small and beautiful. Beautiful for the marketers in the bank, beautiful for the customers, and that's really what it's all about.
So watch this space, I think it's safe to say. Doug, thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us.
Thank you.